You can't have unforgettable films without unforgettable quotes, and American Psycho is no exception. No matter who you talk to, they're sure to recognize at least one of these lines, which goes to show just how iconic they truly are.
I killed Paul Allen, and I liked it.
Welcome to The Rewind. Today we'll be counting down the top 10 most unforgettable quotes from American Psycho. Before we begin, make sure to give this video a like and hit the subscribe button for good luck. Number 10. This confession has meant nothing.
This confession has meant nothing.
While admitting your own corruption to someone else can be helpful for some, here Patrick brings up the idea of admitting it to yourself, saying how it doesn't fix anything and that all it does is reduce the amount of new knowledge he can extract from himself. With his own confession not really making him feel any better, it doesn't really mean anything in the end.
What are you so fucking zany about?
I'm just a happy camper. Rocking and a rolling.
Number 9. Hey, I'm a child of divorce. Give me a break.
Would you like to hear the specials?
Not if you want to keep your spleen.
Patrick, or should we say Marcus, is running late to his dinner meeting with Paul Allen. Noticeably upset that he's been kept waiting for so long, Paul informs Marcus that he's late. Patrick responds with what we can assume is his way of sounding snobby and privileged.
Listen, the mud soup and charcoal arugula are outrageous here.
Yeah, well, you're late.
Hey, I'm a child of divorce. Give me a break.
Number 8. I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Back to Paul Allen for a minute. Here Patrick is having dinner with Paul Allen, who's under the impression that Patrick's another rich and powerful man like himself. It gets to the point where Patrick is noticeably fed up with all the nonsense coming from Paul's mouth as he mentions things like how he has a tanning bed at home. Patrick, who's on edge and has an increasing urge to kill Paul, says that he likes to dissect girls and that he's utterly insane, which Paul just blows off.
Evelyn. Great ass. Goes out with that loser Patrick Bateman. What a dork.
Another martini, Paul.
Number 7. I think my mask of sanity is about to slip.
What beautiful skin you have, Mr. Bateman. So fine. So smooth.
During the tanning bed scene, it's pointed out how smooth Patrick's skin is. Patrick then goes into detail about how he shares the same characteristics as any normal human being, but that he's only filled with greed and a thirst for blood. It's here that he warns us of what's to come. His mask of sanity is about to slip.
I feel lethal, on the verge of frenzy. I think my mask of sanity is about to slip.
Number 6. I'm into murders and executions mostly.
Ask me a question.
So what do you do?
I'm into, murders and executions mostly.
During the club scene, Patrick sits next to a woman and tells her to ask him something. She asks him what he does for a living, only for Patrick to answer with murders and executions. The funny part is that the woman misunderstands him and goes on to talk about mergers and acquisitions. He basically manages to get away with openly admitting to being a psychopathic murderer without anyone batting an eye.
Well, most guys I know who work in mergers and acquisitions really don't like it.
Number 5. I've killed a lot of people.
It's Bateman, Patrick Bateman. You're my lawyer, so I think you should know I've killed a lot of people.
Patrick's confession to his lawyer over the phone has to be one of his best scenes in the entire film. Here, he confesses how many people he's murdered and goes into detail about what he used to kill them and even where he left the bodies. His emotions are constantly changing with each person he mentions, and amid all the tears and whimpering, he doesn't fail to show you how proud he is of killing Paul Allen.
Paul Allen. I killed Paul Allen with an axe in the face. His body is dissolving in a bathtub in Hell's Kitchen.
Number 4. Hey Paul, try getting a reservation at Dorsia now.
You have a dog? A little chow or something?
No, Helen.
Is that a raincoat?
Yes, it is.
Who could forget Paul's famous death scene? The entire buildup alone is worth the climactic payoff. Watching Patrick prep for the kill, Paul's oblivious yet observant, and Patrick plays the entire thing off so well. You can almost feel Patrick's anger and impatience when he speaks, with an almost cut to the chase type of behavior, and cut he does.
Hey, Paul! Ah! Start getting a reservation at Dorset now, you fucking stupid bastard!
Number 3. I simply am not there.
There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me.
There's this idea of Patrick Bateman, but the reality is that it's all a big facade. What you see in front of you is what someone wants you to see, but you'll never actually see the true nature of a person, even if you were to shake their hand and feel their presence. In the end, you might believe someone's there, but for all you know, they could not be.
I simply am not there.
Number 2. Feed me a stray cat. This line wasn't really spoken as much as it was just conjured up by Patrick's malicious perception of the world around him. While using an ATM, he spots a cat and picks it up. Nothing abnormal so far. Well, Patrick's normal life is practically at its wit's end here, when the ATM seems to be demanding him to feed it a stray cat, pushing Patrick to hold a gun to the cat's head as his actions begin to have consequences. Number 1. I have to return some videotapes.
Patrick?
What is it?
Where are you going?
I've got to return some videotapes.
Easily the most recognizable line from the movie. Patrick Bateman's favorite false excuse, returning some videotapes, earns the number 1 spot in our countdown.
I'm going.
Where are you going?
Just leaving.
But where?
I have to return some videotapes.
This quote is obviously so memorable because of how iconic it's become, but also because of the sheer fact that he repeats it multiple times throughout the film. It's his main excuse to get himself out of pretty much anything.
Do you remember where you were the night of Paul's disappearance?
God, I guess I was probably returning videotapes.
What do you think of our list? Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a like and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Check out these other videos from The Rewind, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video again.